Hello. I have interesting taste comparison now. I've got old versus fresh green. Not really that old. These bottles are from early January. So about 2 months old, and this can is February 1st. So this is about a month old. So most Treehouse IPAs should be good at just 2 months. And a lot of people have held on to them for a lot longer, and they've stayed very good shape. They know how to package without getting oxygen in there, basically. But of course, even if you package something perfectly, an IPA is going to lose some of its hop aroma and character after a while. So I guess maybe first I'll try the fresher green. Actually, I haven't had this batch yet. Just got one can of this, where I got a 4-pack of the bottles. And the bottles are pretty darn good. And that is looking real hazy. These have been sitting untouched in my fridge for a while now. So there should be, hopefully, I don't know, not one has gotten stirred up as more than the other one, but that is quite hazy. Nice and pale. Looks really good. Looks like green should look. Bubbles are popping at a medium rate, so the head's probably not going to stay for the entire video. We'll see. And I guess I'll smell it. Yeah, it smells really good. I get a little bit of that green menthol from the Galaxy, but lots of pineapple. And I've always thought the green kind of didn't present their yeast character, the esters, banana and stuff, as much. In part because Galaxy is just such a prominent hop. That smells really good. You know, just slightly unripe pineapple. Doesn't smell as acidic and juicy as pineapple though, an actual pineapple does. Alright, let's see how this one is. See if, off the bat, oh, it looks definitely less hazy, and it looks actually a little darker maybe. And that's one thing I noticed about some of these bottles, that they seem like they lost the haze faster. Yeah, and you can see the shadow of my finger through there maybe. Oh, I can. And if you compare them, definitely hazier. Sometimes I think it's the opposite of what you'd expect, and the haze can make a beer paler than a beer that's less hazy, because like the light catches in the haze, whereas this one doesn't. It's still pretty hazy. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and, actually no, I'm gonna wait on pouring in the sediment, see if it makes a difference in the flavor first. All right, so fresh green. Really good. Yep. Very good. I've only ever had one batch of green that wasn't great. And when I got Guga green, I wasn't a huge fan of it. Good. It just has a really nice, spicy, a little bit booziness in the finish, but this is 7.5%. All right, let's try the older one. It's not as spicy and green, I feel like. But yeah, maybe it's fruitier a bit. I don't know. It doesn't have as strong of an aroma. But it doesn't smell oxidized and dirty and stuff. But it's not as bright. Mouthfeel is not as big. But definitely, it's perceived as a little bit sweeter. I'm getting sweet malt flavors. And maybe some of those spicier dank notes that I'm not a huge fan of are coming out more. It just seems a little bit more medicinal. Maybe the spiciness and the booziness. Let me go back to the regular, or the fresh. Oh, that's really good. Finishing real dry, but that's just the way green is. And definitely some different flavors. And this one, I want to say it's fruitier, but I think it's just perceived as more sweet. There's less bitterness. There's less spicy, in your face, fresh hop. So I really think that sweetness is just some noticing the malt more, and also some of the bitterness has faded away. That just happens with beers. I'm not really getting any oxidized, aged off flavors or anything. But let's add in the bottom. That definitely made it hazier. Let me just do the rest of it. Oh yeah. Still some sludge on the bottom of there. No chunks though. I think that the bottles tend to not get as many chunks because they don't have the gutter little things on the bottom, the cans where the yeast can collect and get chunky in there. But interesting, this definitely is darker. That's good. Yeah, that's 100% darker. Interesting. So that's having a darkness like that is a sign of oxidation, for sure. But I'm not getting any of those telltale notes, and I've had plenty of oxidized IPAs. Yeah, pouring in the sediment definitely helped because there are a lot of compounds and hops that don't dissolve into just liquid well. That they can only really be in a beer if they're stuck to proteins. It's a polyphenol sticking to proteins and other compounds that create aromas and flavors. And the can seems colder. I guess this is near the back of the fridge, but it's definitely a different color. For sure. That's interesting. I wasn't really expecting that.